Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy back again, also known as CR. So it's a morning time live stream with CR. As I reconnect with some of you out there. Just give me a sec. I'm just loading up everything here, real quick. Hopefully everyone's doing all good. Hopefully everything's okay with everyone. So yeah, basically I'm reconnecting with some of you and seeing what's up. So grab a tea, a coffee, and come by. Let's chat it up. Now, as you get your own day going here, wherever you are in the world, whatever country you're in, whatever continent you're in, maybe it's not even morning time for you, maybe it's afternoon, evening, whatever it is. As you get your day going, or keep it going, remember, all of you out there can create a better future starting today. So I'll brighten up your day with a little CR right here. And while that goes, I will bring up the intro here with Red, and of course, boom, CR's in the house with morning live stream time with me. So good morning to everyone here on the North American continent. For all the 50 states below me, from out here in Western Canada to everyone out in Eastern Canada, Central Canada, and Northern Canada here. Hello to everyone. So let me just bring my side chat up here. I gotta pop up the chat here. Just give me a sec here. Alright, pop up chat. So hopefully everyone's doing good. So, I decided to bring back the YouTube sticker. See? I can even... Yeah. Another stage prop. And of course, this time around, I decided to bring it back. Just in case anyone didn't know, I am Canadian! I got my coffee right here. I actually made something a little bit different this time around. I actually added piece of a chocolate into this. When I was grinding up the beans, I was like, I'm gonna try this again. I decided to take some Halloween chocolate, no specific brand, but I just kind of blended it together. When I was grinding the beans, I was like, I just put it in there, put it in, let the coffee maker go through it, and now I got chocolate flavored coffee for the morning. I was like, it's picked me up. So let me welcome into the room here, Carrie Bridges. Hello. Thank you for taking the time to drop in. Hopefully you're doing all good, okay. Hopefully everything's all right with you, your family, and everyone that's near or close to you at the moment. So I'm feeling excited today. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because I'm going to be creating later on. That's a hint on something. Of course, everyone's welcome on this channel. Well, virtually everyone, I should say. Everyone's welcome to join the creation process with me. And like I said, we all can create a better future starting today. Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Like I said, I'm pretty excited. I'm just like really like stoked. It's just like I'm just like I don't know why. I think I know why. It's because not just because of the coffee, and not just because I'm on a live stream right now. You know, live stream with CR. It's because I'm gonna be creating later. Because I'm pretty sure I will be able to create later, and there will be a live stream on it too. Yes, creation mode live stream time. Yeah, you heard it first, straight up. Sierra's gonna be creating live later. So you got time to drop in on that live, you know? I appreciate it. I know some of you might be watching a replay or something like that. I know if you're watching this live right now, I do appreciate people coming in and showing some support. I do appreciate it. Yeah, actually, this is actually wire carry. Like I can actually bend this. Literally, it's bendable. So I bend it into a shape. Oh, that just happens to look like a CR. I'll put my YouTube magnet on there. Just hang this back up here. So let me just take a look here real quick. Hopefully without like closing anything. I don't know why I can't see that. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Now, yesterday I actually tried out this new two camera thing, and I was kind of testing it out on the streams that I had yesterday running, which was both live stream time and a combination mode time. I think it went well. I had the multi-camera thing, so I had the camera like on the top right hand corner, and I had my main camera that you see that I'm using right now. So I'm gonna be doing that again. So in that creation mode time, you're gonna see multi-camera angle, so I can still talk to everyone like this, but you'll have a view of what I'm looking at straight down. Well, that's the idea, anyways. I'm hoping it'll turn out great. Not sure how long I'll go for creation mode time, but you know, sometimes creation mode time I can go on and 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 on. So let me welcome into the room, Marie. Hello, Marie. I see you got my memo and my notice this time around. Oh, that's because I personally delivered it to you. So, welcome. Thank you for taking the time to drop in. I appreciate it. Oh, you're going to bed? I'm just getting up. I'm just getting the day started with coffee. And then you have a little music in the back just so I can get psyched up. You know, there's something about music that can just kind of motivate you. You know, sometimes it's upbeat music or something like that. There's something that can motivate you, you know, with music. Whatever it is. I know I feel pretty excited right now. So let me welcome into the room with a big hello to Gray 1107. Hello, Gray. Thank you for taking the time to drop in. I appreciate it. I think that's what time I went to bed at. I was actually supposed to do a late night live stream yesterday, but I was so tired. I was just like, nah. So I'm like, might as well do a morning live stream and get a chance to see some different people and have it give some of you that live in a different time zone, maybe not live here in North America, in Canada, the U.S., and such, a chance to come in. With the time zone differences, sometimes it's hard to come in for a live stream just because, different time. It's morning here in North America, but it's afternoon time in Europe. It's out in Asia, and stuff like that. It's nighttime, so gives a chance for some of you to drop in. So that's why I'm doing it. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate you dropping in. Hopefully, you guys have a good night's sleep. I won't be sleeping because I'm wide awake with this coffee. And like I said, I'm getting excited for later because there's going to be a live creation mode with me. So you get to kind of create with me. Not sure what we're going to be creating, but we'll be creating something. And take care, Marie. Thank you for taking the time to drop in. Hopefully you have a good night too. Until the next time I see you. I know I'll see you around the tube and all that stuff. Alright, alright. Cool, cool. So, let's see. What's been going on with me? Now, I'm gonna share something too. Like usual. Maybe there'll be a sneak peek on a few things too. Why not? Why not, right? Um, I think I'm ready for the day. I think I'm ready for the day with this thermos of coffee that I just made. I might have to use that thermos soon. My cup's getting low. I don't know why I like using the. I know why I like using this because it's bigger than my usual mug. At least for me, coffee and creation mode go hand in hand, just like hockey and hockey puck, because I am Canadian after all. So let me move this. Gotta pop it. Oh, there we go. Now we can actually see everything. Let me move this to a little over a little bit more. There we go. Now you can see that a little bit better. I'll just leave this on behind me, or beside me I should say. Oh yeah, that's a lot of Java. It's got a lot of kick to it. Boom. So hopefully everyone's doing okay out there. Right now here for me, where I live, it's hovering around the freezing point right now. So it's around 33 Fahrenheit plus 1 Celsius out right now. The skies are clear out right now. For now. and it's actually supposed to be like sunny today. Ah, so I can't wait for that. And it's supposed to be actually warmer today compared to like yesterday. I know I mentioned yesterday on the live stream that it was cloudy all day. Well, not today. Hopefully, it's supposed to be really sunny out today. I think we were supposed to reach up to like 15, 16 degrees Celsius, which is about 59, 58, 60 Fahrenheit, if I remember right, my conversions. It's kind of funny. I used to not know that stuff per se, even though I'm, you know, proficient for the most part in math. But when I started to do these live streams and YouTube a lot more, well, I started to meet a lot more people from the US. And, well, let's just say I started to kind of know these conversions a little bit better. Some of the numbers that go together and stuff like that. Oh, it's raining there for you, Gray? We had that like last week. I'm so glad it's supposed the sun's coming back out. It'll feel nice. It'll feel nice. It'll give me, and besides, it'll give me a chance to charge up some batteries out with some solar. So that'll be awesome. I'll get one of the solar lights that I have. It's actually sitting in the room. Sun's not out yet. Still morning. Really early in the morning. So I'm expecting not to see a lot of people at the moment, but hopefully that'll change and people will get up and maybe drop in. And I do appreciate people dropping in. I know it's hard to drop in on a live stream at certain times. And I know everyone's busy and stuff like that, but I do appreciate everyone dropping in for however long you can. Couple minutes if you can, you know. I appreciate people that can spare a little bit at that time. Just give me a second. I'm just checking on some messages in the back. Actually, I think I actually do have one in the back right now. Better check on that. I think I do have one in the back. I mean, a message, don't I? Yeah. I'm getting this notification, not notification, but some messages and stuff like that. Just checking it out real quick. Alright, anyways. Let's see, what else is on the... What's up? What else is up? Well, before I... While I was trying to set up the stream, the stage prompts and all this stuff, and obviously CR has all these stage props and all this stuff. Before I was setting all this up, I was actually trying to clean up a little, trying to organize a few things, and trying to kind of make the space that I have work better for me. So I'm trying to use up more, vertical space and stuff like that. Trying to downscale a few things here and there. I mean, I like to reuse stuff. A lot of stuff at times. But even CR can't reuse everything. I tried to put things back I get things from that useless state, whatever it is, XYZ, item, product, whatever it is, and bring it back to a useful state. So it doesn't end up in filling up a landfill and stuff like that. Give it a second life. I know I enjoy doing stuff like that. I, Pretty much I've enjoyed doing stuff like that since I was very young. I remember back when I was in like primary school, elementary, depending how you say it in your own area. But I tried to start something when I was like in grade 6. It didn't go so well, but I did offer the idea to my teacher. Unfortunately, well, being in the last, you know, it was the last couple months before school ended, so it didn't work out, but I tried at least. I mean, sometimes you just gotta try things out. You never know at times until you try. It's just like survival skills. You may not know it right away. It might not be as intuitive or as easy as some people may show it or demonstrate it. And when you're trying it out, you're just like, oh, this is much harder than it seems on YouTube. Well, that's because you're trying it for the first time. You don't know the subtle details, the things to look out for, uh, So if you're doing it, you can adjust and stuff like that and get a feel for it. For example, like a bow drill. I've tried that before. I haven't gotten it all the way yet. I've gotten smoke from it and stuff like that. I'm still practicing on it. I'm trying to learn it and you know and wow, I'm still gaining experience in it at least, and try to do it in my own area with the materials I have here. I know yesterday I got offered or suggested things. Well, I'm trying to, Gray. I'm trying to. Ah. Well, I guess you'll probably need a poncho or something. Hey, Gray. Let's see. Your breakfast, a brake light is some way to arrive. Yeah, you did install it in cold rain. Yeah. Well, if you're outside or something like that, a poncho would be cool. I mean, nice. I should say. I shouldn't say cool. Nice, nice, right? Or maybe you're in a garage or something like that and setting it up in a garage with some shelter. Hopefully, maybe you got a heater in there or something like that to, keep your hands warm and stuff like that. Yeah, and maybe some nice hot coffee. Or that, or a trash bag. I've used a trash bag as a poncho before, a couple times. I remember this one time I actually had to use one. I didn't want to, and I didn't want to do it the way I did it, but at that time I was just like I justified it. It was a cold rain too. It was a cold rain. It was pouring out, but it was only like 50 Fahrenheit plus 10, and strong breeze. I mean, it's one thing if you were dry, but the thing is I wasn't. Yeah. Well, Gray, if you got an umbrella, for example, maybe you can set up like a stand so you can be underneath an umbrella, for example. I mean, it would be cool if you had one of those patio umbrellas to use, but maybe you can use a handheld, uh, one that you would hold normally for personal use. I mean, now that I think about it, I probably could do it with this selfie stick and then this tripod I have right beside me that I'm using to hold these props. In some ways, so you can have it above you, for example, just above you. I don't know. Just something to think about. Of course, I got a random hair in my mouth now. I know not everyone has a garage or something like that. I remember that reminds me. I actually did something like that before with an umbrella. Not for the rain, but it was actually for the sun to provide some extra shade. I think I used like we had an umbrella. I think it was a camping trip or something like that. Something like that. I'm trying to remember it. It wasn't this year. I think it was the year before on my usual kind of summer camp out trips that I can get to attend. And then, I mean, allows me to reconnect with the land, the air, and the water of this great country that I have here, that I'm part of. And basically, I think I used some paracord or something like that I had, and I kind of just tied it to a stick. The stick was in the ground, and just kind of it gave some more shade and stuff like that. Now I do remember this one time too that reminds me of I think it was this year over the summer. One of the kids had an umbrella or something like that, and I kind of with cordage to again attached it to one of those folding lawn camping chairs. So we're all familiar with those. They fold out. They usually have a sleeve. I kind of attached it together. It was kind of cool because it you could fold up the chair, but the umbrella was still there. Hey, I just made that rhyme, didn't I? I just made that rhyme unintentionally. I was just like, yeah, this can work, and it was working. It was cool. It's cool though because you can move the chair wherever, and as the sun was kind of migrating in the sky, you could adjust, turn your chair a little, get some more shade and stuff like that. I think it was like let's say about 90 Fahrenheit, maybe about 31, 32 Celsius out. It was one of the warmer or hotter days that of this year, which weren't much. We didn't have many of them, but I set that up so for everyone. So at least if you were sitting down on that chair, at least you could have some shade, so that sun wouldn't be directly on you and stuff like that. Because it was a hot day that day. I remember that, and unfortunately, one of our members, I should say, members that was with us had heat exhaustion that day, and that was kind of interesting to say the least. I mean, they're all good now and all that stuff. Nothing majorly happened. It was all good, but because we were trying to kind of set up, not set up camp, but kind of make more shade. I kind of suggested that morning after we had breakfast. I'm like, maybe we should do this now before it gets any hotter. I'm like, before midday sun comes out. And we were just setting it up, trying to put up extra tarps and stuff like that just for extra shade. Because we knew it was going to be hot that day. I mean, it was already getting warm that morning. It was maybe around like 9, 10 o'clock a.m. It was already like, let's say, 25 Celsius, 74 Fahrenheit out. And we knew it was going to get hot that day because we heard it on the radio earlier, I think earlier or the day before or the night before that it was going to be like I said, 32 Celsius out. I think that's, what, 90 Fahrenheit, 91 Fahrenheit, give or take. Don't quote me on that. So it's just like I said, I was just like, yeah, maybe we should do this now before it gets hotter. So at least later on we can just relax and just chill out. It just, it was nice. It was nice. It did help. It did help. Shade on the tools outside is always nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would probably be like not so great, hey. Grabbing a hot socket or a wrench really hurts or really burns. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's always nice too when things work out. I know sometimes when I'm putting stuff together and really doing the combination mode, like literally here and just doing it, I'm surprised on things that I put together. I'm like that I never actually did before. I'm like I put 1 plus 1 and I'm getting 11 because it's just like two, three separate things. I bring it together and becomes something even more like it was always meant to be. I love when that stuff happens. I was just like, yeah, and it's things just fit in place and all that stuff, and it's just like it was always meant to be together. I love that. I always like that feeling. I think that's one of the feelings I get when I do creation mode time. It always reminds me, I'm like, yes, it's all coming together. It's finally beginning. Or sometimes I'll be like, oh hey, I'm trying this out and it works. I'm like, yes. And sometimes you never know. You never know until you try. You never know until you try. And sometimes the best way to learn something is just by doing it and experiencing it yourself and understanding it and stuff like that. I mean, that's why I've been trying every so often trying to get a bow drill fire. So if I really had to, at least I'll be like, hey, at least I did it once or twice at least, and hopefully I can do it again if I really needed to. But I'm still working on that. So what else is up with me? Well, I guess I'll share something because I'm wearing them right now. I got these slippers. I'm actually wearing them right now. These slippers I actually got for free. They were still in the packaging. I don't think they were ever used until I started to use them, but I was just like, I got them for free. And it's just like, yeah, they'll help. I know the floor around here for me can kind of get cold, especially during the fall and winter. It's nice that my feet are nice and warm right now. I can wear them around. I mean, I got socks on and I'm wearing slippers. I used to never actually wear slippers a lot, but it's nice to have nice warm feet. I know personally for me, my feet get cold. It's one of the first things that get cold. And usually, if my feet are warm, usually the rest of my body can is warm enough, or I can handle it. But if my feet start getting cold, I start kind of feeling like maybe I should warm them up, add another layer on top, something like that. Just gonna check something real quick here. I do appreciate everyone giving me that thumbs up and watering the light to make it grow. I appreciate it very much. Oh, okay, okay. Closed captioning? Yeah, okay. I think that's why I'm trying to pronounce my words more clearly, trying to talk as loud as I can. I know I do realize not everyone has good hearing and stuff like that, and they're using closed captioning, and reading what I say. I know sometimes I put on closed captioning on videos too, especially if there's like wind noise in the background or something like that. It's just so I can it helps. So if I can't see what they're talking about, maybe I can hear what they're if I can't hear or see what they're talking about, maybe I can read what they're talking about. So I'm hoping this closed captioning can work out, but you know, it is what it is. I know sometimes when I read the closed captioning, I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that's not what they said. Especially when you see, it's funny when you see the closed captioning and there's like swears going through it, and you know they didn't swear, but it's just how it is. And I'm just like, it's kind of funny at times. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the closed captioning's not working as well. I know sometimes I'll come back on some of my videos and be like, hey, how's the closed captioning? And it'll be like, yeah, seems like it's working quite nicely. Then other times I'm just like, that is not what I said. I thought I said there, and they put like another version of it or something like that. Yeah, it's all laugh out loud on that, man. LOL. Wait. Someone showed me how to do it in like more like sign language. I think it's like something like that. It's supposed to be like that. I don't know. I know some of my relatives used to be able to hand sign all that stuff. I was never that great at it. It's hard to like kind of per se learn a language or even sign language when you don't have anyone else to talk to with it. Because I think if you have someone to talk to with like sign language or something like that. Oh wait, uh wait. I'm trying to do this right, isn't it? I think it's like this. C. I know this is a C. I think this is R, if I remember right. I'm trying to remember, but it helps when you actually have someone that actually knows the language too, so they can communicate with you and you can kind of, well, communicate. Where you're trying to speak French, and you're like bonjour, comment ça va, and all this other stuff. It's nice that someone can talk back to you and you'd be like, oh yeah, I understand a few words in there. Or maybe it's Spanish and you're trying to be like, hola, and they're trying to say something back and you're trying to understand a few words and understand how to put the words together and stuff like that. Oh, or maybe you're trying to learn Japanese and you're trying to say konnichiwa, which actually means good morning, by the way. Oh, just like this live stream. So I guess I could be like konnichiwa, whatever it is. Or maybe you're trying to learn like Chinese or something like that. So you're trying to say like, um, good morning in Chinese. Well, it would be nice to know someone that actually knew it too, so you can kind of see if they understand you. So you're just trying to say, uh, hello or something like that, or good morning, and they understand you, you'd be like, oh, okay, okay. Because a lot of this learning about language is all about pronunciation, rolling your tongue, all this other stuff. I mean, I've picked up a few different words in different languages. Like washroom. They say when you go traveling in a different country with a different language, you know, you gotta learn words like where's the phrases like where's the washroom, maybe like can you help me, hello and stuff like that. Enough to hopefully get you by. Maybe you got a translator on you or a book, an app, something like that to help you along. So I can't believe I just said all those words in like different languages. I'm not proficient at them by any means, but I do know phrases and words and stuff like that. I know what they mean. It's just kind of hard when you don't have anyone to kind of talk to in that language with. Because it kind of, it reminds me. Uh, well, I don't have it nearby. I picked up this Spanish phrase book. I mean, I got it for free. But I do not know anyone that speaks Spanish. Or at least I don't have a friend that speaks Spanish. So it's kind of hard to kind of start talking to someone where they don't even know the language. And you're trying to pick up the language. And I don't want to just be like, hola. Hopefully I would know a little bit more. Or could pick up a little bit more. And that could apply to any language out there. Wherever, whatever it is. Native languages like Cree, maybe European languages like French, Spanish, Portuguese, something like that. Asian languages, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, on and on and on. And I guess Russian and stuff like that. I remember, and it's nice that nowadays with the online internet access, you got like Google Translator and stuff like that. It's nice because I remember someone left me a comment on one of my videos. I'm pretty sure it was Russian. I used Google Translator. Now I specifically said I'm using Google Translator to translate this, and they left me a comment in Russian. I do believe it's Russian, and just kind of I kind of figured it was Russian. And I kind of translated it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they kind of said. So I wrote something in English and translated back into Russian and left that as a reply comment to them with a love heart and stuff like that. So I do appreciate our people coming in. Just because you don't know, or maybe English is not your primary language or your first language, you know, feel free to leave a comment in a different language. That's cool. That's cool. As long as I can know what language it is, well, I can still translate it. So like Spanish, what's that called? Espanol, all that stuff. French, whatever it is. Wow, I can't believe I just talked about like languages for the last like 20 minutes. I must be getting excited. I think a lot of people would like to. I think it's not only the learning curve, but actually having someone to talk to in that language. It would be nice. And understanding stuff, and they could teach you how to say certain words, whatever it is, or phrases, stuff like that. Excuse me, head's itchy. But yeah, it would be cool to learn languages and stuff like that, especially with other people, especially with people that can actually talk to you in that language. Maybe help you with your pronunciation. You know, give you like sound like words that kind of help you with saying whatever the word is. Woo! Coffee getting in. Awesome. I think I understood that too. So, yeah, let's see. What else? Let's share something else. I never showed it on a video, but it did scavenge this. Technically, I found it. But it's a fidget spinner. Oh, yeah, and I found this, by the way. So, yeah, I actually got a reflector on this one. You can see how reflective that is. Very reflective. I actually put that aluminum foil type of tape around it, just for fun. Now you can't see it on camera. Well, you might be able to see that white ring. Yeah, that's the reflection from the light that I have right above that I'm using for lighting. So I figure I just like spin this into frame and roll this as an example of something else I found. Or a sneak peek on something. It was supposed to be in the video, but I actually forgot to put it in. I was just like, oh, I started to upload it already. I'm like, ah, whatever. It's just a fidget spinner. I'm like, oh, I forgot to show the fidget spinner too. I figured I'm like, ah, I guess I'll show it now. And that was a couple months ago. I'm like, wow, it's okay. So let me welcome Virginia H into the stream. Hola. Jeez, I'm trying to remember. Oh, anyways, how are you doing, Virginia? Hopefully you're doing well. I know I caught one of your mail call video. That's really cool. Of course, I saw the Fatwood in there. How can you not like Fatwood? That's with a K, by the way. I always thought it was funny when I came up with it. I like saying it all the time. But I'm funny like that. That's awesome. That's awesome, Virginia. And good morning to you too. Let's see, what else? What else is up with me? Well, like I said earlier in the stream, there's gonna be a live creation mode time with me. Yeah, you heard that. I'm back with live creation mode time. It will probably be maybe in about 5 or 6 hours. There will be a notification on it with a specific time soon. Something like that. Unless I decide to multitask and put it up right now. But if you're listening live, you already got the notification because I just told you. How's the weather down there, Virginia? Hopefully it's pretty nice, I hope. Knowing you, it's probably much warmer than it is here right now. It's kind of cool out. Like I said earlier, it's only like hovering around the freezing point right now. But it is supposed to get nicer today with sun. All together now. Ah. I can't wait. Can't wait. It'll be nice. It'll give me a chance to charge up some solar lights and stuff like that. Recharge their batteries. It has not been sunny for the last for a while actually. Let's see. Today's Wednesday. I haven't seen the sun since I think year. Well, technically I shouldn't say I haven't seen the sun, but I haven't seen long stretches of the sun. I think yesterday I did see some sunny breaks, but that went by real quick, and basically it glided back over, and it didn't last long. Although it was bright enough, technically, with these sunny breaks for solar ignition, but that's not what I was doing at that moment. But basically, I haven't seen the sun since Friday, so I'm glad that this week is supposed to be a lot more sunny out. Let's see what else. What else is up? Well, like I said earlier, I know Gray already knew about this, because Gray was in earlier, and I've been trying to, before I started the stream, brought up these props and all that stuff, I was trying to clean up a bit. Because I also was trying to set up for creation mode time for later on. just reorganizing a few things, clearing off some space so I can actually have some room. I think that's another reason why I like to clean up from time to time or organize. It's because not only am I a content creator, I actually like to create stuff with stuff. And that it's not always per se it's not always per se like survival bushcraft related. Sometimes I'm just making something interesting. Maybe more crafty. Oh, and you know that crafty has CR in it. It's written all over it. It begins with CR. Yeah. And sometimes I'm trying to make things a little bit better. Because as many people are aware, when you're crafting and stuff like that, things get spread out. You need a lot of room to work with. So, for example, you like drawing or something like that, coloring something like that. Well, it's nice to have a table in front of you that you can sit down in a chair and be like, I'm gonna draw something. As I hand draw a CR there. Or something like that. With crayons, pencil crayons, felts, whatever it is, pens, pencils, whatever it is. I remember when I was in earlier in my life, I did take some art and stuff like that. I wasn't always the greatest artist, to be honest. Yeah, I know I'm known as creative redundancy and CR and creating, but I was always the best artist or something like that. Some of the other kids in school, they were much better. You know, they were so good that they could draw in pen. Like, awesome. Yeah, I did learn a few things from them, stuff like that, like shading and stuff like that. And later on, as I took a class, I started to understand it a little bit more. It was a lot of fun. I remember that so much. Being able to use like pastels, paints, oil-based paints, watercolors, and stuff like that. And speak of watercolors, that reminds me, when I was at my friend's place visiting a friend, my friend's mom and my friend's girlfriend, they were done watercolor paint. So I actually decided to wing something and try something. I made my own watercolor. Unfortunately, it only came out in one color, gray, because I used ash and water to make the watercolor. It's kind of cool, I guess. I was just like I drew a cube. I kind of tried to shade it. It was kind of interesting. I was just having some fun. So let me welcome into the room here from Zero to Homestead. Howdy to you too. Hopefully everything's going well with you. Hopefully everything's going well with the family, people you know, and stuff like that. Hopefully the weather's fairly nice. Hopefully it's nice and warm for you right now. I do realize it is fall. It is fall. Pretty much the temperatures are going downhill pretty much everywhere. It's all downhill until spring. Let's see. What else? What else? So yeah, I've been playing around with some other stuff, organizing a few things, trying to make the space that I have work for me better. Because I realized we all got stuff. We all got stuff. We all got stuff. And to a certain degree, you know, I'm gonna use the H word here, hoarding, right? But to a certain degree, we all per se hoard a bit. I actually have the scale. I came up with a scale for hoarding. So on a from 0 to 10, we're 0. is pretty much the room is totally empty. There's nothing inside of it. All the way up to 10 where every space in the room, from floor to ceiling to walls, is full. I'm kind of at that. 5. 5, maybe 6. Because I also realize I'm trying to like organize the space. I do get rid of stuff too. Unfortunately, I wish I could reuse everything. I wish I didn't have to get rid of stuff, but unfortunately, I can't reuse everything. Unfortunately, some of it I try to recycle. Some of it I try to recover the resource, stuff like that. Like organic matter and stuff like that, which I've actually been trying to do in a different way. So I'm gonna try that out and just see. But something I've been doing too. So let me welcome into the room Fairy God Monster. Hello. I think you made an something with apples, didn't you? If I remember right. I caught a glimpse of the thumbnail. I did not watch the video yet, but I think it was something like that. It reminds me. I actually made something with apples too. Fairy God Monster. If I remember right. Don't quote me on it. Lots of channels out there. I'm trying to remember everyone out there. And like I say, and a lot of the time, I try to know you guys, not just as channels, not just a name on the screen to me, but as real people. Because behind every channel, for the most part, unless they're a news organization or whatever, there's people, real people behind it. So I try to know you guys more as real people. Because I'm a real person too, honestly. And I understand, I got I have issues, problems happen, things happen too to me. I'm nothing per se special, but what I am is creative. Oh yeah, great. Some of them, I remember seeing those shows on like the Learning Channel. I mean, you could catch videos here on YouTube and stuff like that about that kind of stuff. I'm like, wow. You start watching, you're like, it makes you want to clean. You're like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. And you start getting rid of everything. Or something like that. Well, October, lots of recipes. That's cool. That's cool. I made something with apples with a friend the other day. There may be a video, or I may do a live stream, or I may show it live. But stay tuned for that. You might find it very interesting. Let's just say what I made has CR in it. At least a word, anyways. Really? You like to you like the color in gray? Oh crap. Sorry about that. Leave it up to my bad. See, I have a censored light right here, so it turns off every so often. I forgot to change it to go off in like 2 hours, 3 hours. Sorry about that. Anyways, I'm back from the dark. Because it's still morning here. It's still dark outside, actually, I think. Yep. Still dark outside. Sunrise isn't for a little bit still. So. But as I go on in this live stream, you'll probably notice that the lighting will change. So. But yeah, that's cool that you like the like painting gray. In gray, shades of gray. That's cool. That's cool. That reminds me of this intro that I have here, which I will bring up randomly right here. Everyone's seen my intro. Well, pretty much, I actually made it gray I made it gray initially with black and white colors. I'm kind of glad I decided to do that because now if I want to add color in because I can. I want to add something in, I can. So I've been varying it up. You might have noticed on some of the videos or live streams I have different intros now. It's because I've been working on them. Like, for example here, if... Let me just move the text here real quick here. See, this intro that I have right here, I mean, it's basically like my old intro, except for I just kind of added a little bit in, pretty much. And just went from there. I actually have another one too. And a few, I do have more specific ones that you will gradually see, including a fire intro. So if I ever show a fire kit or something similar to that, so Work Nation, something like that, you'll probably see an intro like that. And a few other ones that I've been working on. I'm hoping to get a work on some more later on in this week. Well, cream does have CR in it, but no. But, as a heads up, I did cream some butter into it. It was actually the first time that I actually made it. I made a different something else before it was similar, but it's been a while since I made that. But basically, I was starting to remember. I'm like, cause I took cooking classes when I was younger and stuff, but I remember that kind of when you're baking, for example, you're before you put everything together. Sometimes you're mixing dry ingredients together first, like you know stuff like salt, baking soda, baking powder, sugar. Well, maybe not sugar, but flour, brown sugar, something like that. And you're kind of creaming it together with like butter or something. Then you have your wet ingredients, so something like eggs, water, oil, something like that. And you're trying to make whatever it is. I remember this one time, I'll even share it too, when I was much younger. I remember we had to do something in class as part of as part of the project. I remember making a microwave waveable, so not a real one or like a baked one of pineapple upside down cake. It's quite interesting. That was the first time I ever made pineapple upside down cake. Now that was a microwavable version, so it was very very quick. Yeah. I was just like, maybe one day I'll be able to bake a real pineapple upside down cake, like, and bake it in an oven and stuff like that. Maybe one day. It just kind of reminds me of it now. Man, those were good times. There's always something interesting about cooking. I mean, cooking is just another form of creating. You're putting ingredients together like sugar, flour, brown sugar, eggs, milk, butter, oil, honey, and you're creating something that's really delicious. So I'm hoping that everyone like is eating right now or having some breakfast or having some coffee because I guess I'm talking about food right now. And don't be like me. Don't come into a live stream that's talking about food because you'll might get hungry. I know when I come into these live streams or whatever, maybe they're talking about MREs, meals ready to eat and stuff like that, or they're taste testing something. I'm just like, I should have ate before I came onto the live stream. I always put that down. I'm like, oh, I should have ate before I came on the live stream on the chat, and I'll put the face palm emoji because I'm like, oh, I knew I should have ate something beforehand. Because now I'm getting hungry to start talking about it. Because you guys are talking about, well, not you guys, but the channel I'm watching or whatever. talking about it. I'm just like, oh, I never seem to learn. Although I'm, I have lately. And you're still waking up. I should pass you over a cup of Java. Fairy God Monster. I should pass you over some Java. I got a whole thermos of it right now. And yes, I know pour a cup, and yes, it doesn't sound like something, but whatever, right? It is what it is. I actually have a table right next to me. You just can't see it, and I probably should actually look where I'm pouring. Now, this coffee that I have this morning, I actually made it a little bit different. Now, everyone's aware that Halloween's coming up. Like, let's say, today's the 16th, or the 17th if you're somewhere else in the world. But basically, Halloween's coming in, what, 15 days? 2 weeks? Couple more weeks till Halloween? Well, someone gave me some Halloween chocolate. What I did was, I took the beans that I usually would use for coffee, and I kind of grinded that in the chocolate with it. So basically, this is chocolate flavored coffee now. Just something to vary it up, spice it up. So cheers to everyone. I'll do a toast, to the people, to everyone out there, to all my subscribers, the supporters, and everyone else. Nothing like a cup of java in the morning to wake you up. I know everyone's probably like, oh, you have a lot of coffee, CR. I'm like, yeah, I do. I know, I do realize, about the bone thing and stuff like that. I do usually have milk and eat food that has calcium in it. So I do realize about the coffee and stuff like that. But to me, creation mode and coffee go hand in hand. Just like hockey stick and hockey puck. Because everyone knows I'm Canadian. Sorry, Gray. I'm talking about food. I'm making you hungry. Alright, alright. I'll shut up about the food for a little bit. I just kind of wanted to bring that a few things up. A few extra little tidbits here and there. I probably wouldn't make it into a normal static video just because. But on a live stream, I don't mind bringing it up. Especially on this one, because I'm not doing this very specific topic or anything like that. This is just a morning live stream to reconnect with all you out there. To see what's up. Get to know you all a little bit more as people out there. And like I said, see you guys more than just a channel name. For not just as moderators, not just as a great name or anything like that, but as real people that have to deal with life and stuff like that. Because I truly believe that we all can create a better future starting today. So as you get your day going there, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's cool. That's cool. Take care, fairy god monster. Get some donuts and some coffee. Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, take care, by the way. I'm just gonna check up on something real quick here. So just bear with me. I figure I would be able to, do this better by now. Sorry, I'm just kind of alt-tabbing on and off here. And changing my windows and stuff like that. I'm just seeing if I had any messages or anything like that, and seeing my like count. I do appreciate everyone watering the like to make it grow. I do appreciate it. Let's see, what else? Okay, since you guys were talking about donuts, for anyone out there that likes donuts, or maybe you don't like donuts as much, what is your favorite type of donut? For me, mm, I do like Boston cream. I don't know. It's just kind. I don't know why. I just like Boston cream a lot. I mean, I've had the other donuts before, but a lot of the time I'll be like Boston cream. That's if I get a donut or have donuts. But now everyone likes to get Timbits here in Canada. So, oh, by the way, Timbits are little like round, mini round, sphere-shaped donuts that you can get. See, now I'm starting to get hungry talking about food. I might just not talk about food right now. 'Cause clearly, I'm getting hungry. Ah, you like chocolate? I think that's why I like Boston cream because it does have chocolate with it to a certain degree, at least on the top. And I don't mind the cream filling. No, just think about it, I guess. Maybe that's why I like it so much. And I guess cream does have CR in it. Let me just check here. Sorry, I'm just checking on my device, just seeing if I had a message. I guess that's what it would be. If I had to explain a Timbit donut hole. Hmm. Okay, I'm trying not to talk about food. I'm trying not to. But it, like I said, in the stream, grab your tea or coffee. It's morning time here. I might be talking about food. So, you want to grab a snack or something like that, feel free, feel free. I'll probably be kicking it for a little bit here as I try to reconnect with some of you out there. Like I said, and get to know you guys a little bit more. You know, now I know Gray likes chocolate, for example. I try to keep that in mind. Remember that kind of stuff. Because I know it's always nice that when people, your supporters, subscribers, and stuff like that, remember little details about you. It makes you remember, it reminds you that, hey, I said something, whatever it is, and people actually listened and remembered it. I remember this one time I was watching on our live stream. I was like to the person, I'm like, oh, you should put CRA in the snow. They actually did it in the way that I do it, like that. I was just like, it reminded me. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. They actually do pay attention. I was just like, it was so cool. Oh, did I make a pun there? Yeah, I did. Just gonna check on something real quick here. Nope, the temperature. Nope, the temperature hasn't gone up. At least not yet. Although it is supposed to go up. I think once the sun starts getting up, it'll start getting warmer out. Can't wait. Can't wait. And like I said, it's supposed to be warm out today. Well, relatively speaking. Relatively speaking. And the thing about like temperature and or something like that, that's all relative to what you're used to. It's just like if you lived in a hot climate for all your life and you start coming here in Canada, what I say is you better get a winter jacket. You better get a winter jacket and kind of gradually get climatized to this area because it will get cold. definitely. Because in many parts of the country here, it does get cold. It does get cold. Where it gets down to the freezing point, at least, if not lower. And vice versa. If you came from a cold climate and you're entering, if I see it here, being here in Canada, if I went to like Africa or something like that, I would probably have to climatize myself to the heat, the dryness a little bit. Start getting used to it. Let your body start getting used to it, adapting to it, whatever you want to call it. It's just like kind of like jet lag or whatever. Everyone's familiar with jet lag, when you're flying. I mean, it's a couple of time zones. 2 or 3 time zones is one thing. But if you're traveling overseas and stuff like that, you know, you need that kind of time to recover from that. I mean, they always say if you're traveling, try to get a flight that if you leave in the morning, you get there at night, even though it's the next day. Just so you, but if you take an afternoon flight, for example, and you get there, it's still morning. That's probably gonna screw up your system. You don't feel that jet lag, where you're feeling tired and sleepy in the sun too, at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it kind of sucks at times, especially if you're only there for a short period of time. I mean, if you're staying for like a month or something like that, you know, you probably can spread out that jet lag a couple of days and recuperate and stuff like that. Maybe stay up a little bit longer and stuff like that. I mean, I've been lucky to be able to go traveling to a few places outside the country. Well, outside the North American continent and stuff like that. I remember the jet lag. I remember it. I also remember to look ahead and be like, "What time is it at our destination?" Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning right now. Maybe I should try to get a nap in. So when we arrive, I'm kind of refreshed. I don't feel tired and stuff like that. Winter jacket? You mean snowsuit? You might as well just say parka or something gray or something like that. I mean, at least for me here, I don't around this temperature, I can still handle with a light jacket, maybe over top of like a hoodie or something like that. I do realize as it gets colder, let's say around 0 Fahrenheit minus 22 Celsius, that's probably the start temperature that I consider wearing a fourth layer, at least. Depending what's going on and stuff like that. Depending how strong the wind is too. It's not always the cold that gets you. It's that windshield. It's that windshield. That's really what gets to people a lot of the time. If you could block the windshield, have a windbreak and stuff like that, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. I remember this one time, me and my friends over the. I'm trying to remember. It was years back. We were out on the lake in the middle of winter. Yeah, me and my friends always say we always compare the cold to that day because we were out there for like 3 hours with like we had one shelter, but the thing is, the three of us couldn't all fit in that shelter, so we actually had to switch off and stuff like that. So that was fun. That was definitely one of the coldest I've experienced. Now I've actually technically experienced colder weather, but we were out there for like 3 hours, so I think I had like at least during that time, I had like 4 layers on. Now I have walked in -40 before, which is actually the same in Celsius and in Fahrenheit. So, but regardless, it's still cold. I remember, I think I was wearing like 5 or 6 layers that day. I was heading out to watch. I think it was with, like Super Bowl weekend and stuff like that. I went to walk over to a friend's place to go watch it and stuff like that. Just and reconnect with them, and have a good time and stuff like that. Yeah, I wasn't even the only one walking. I think obviously you're gonna see lots of people driving and stuff like that, but I wasn't the only one walking. I'm like I think I saw like 4 or 5 people. I'm like, see, I'm not the only person crazy enough to walk in this weather. Oh yeah, exactly. Great. The windshield will just cut right through you. That's why you gotta remember try to have dead airspace, wind block, and stuff like that. It does help. It does help. I do know that helps. That does help. Because usually the windshield factor is something to definitely remember. I kind of mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. There's one time I actually did use an umbrella to break the windshield. That's because we were outside for. This is when I was much younger too. Before I knew much more than I do now. And let's just say everyone thought I was crazy. It's not raining, man. Why do you have an umbrella out? Blah 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 blah. My uncle knew exactly what I was doing. He was he was like, yeah, but it's blocking the wind because we were out in the open more. So out when you're out in the open more with less things blocking the wind, like buildings, trees, a hill, or something like that, you don't feel much more the force of the full force of the wind. Because it's pretty much like being out in an open field and it's windy out with high windshield. You don't feel that wind. So I used an umbrella at that one time. I actually brought it with me and I used it to break the wind down. It was nice and it wasn't as bad. It didn't feel as bad. Because basically when the windshield goes around you or through you, basically it's blowing that heat that's just right next to your body, like like right next to your body away from you, and you start getting a little bit cooler because now your body's gotta try to shiver or something to warm back up, use energy, and you start feeling a little bit more tired because you're shivering and stuff like that. Yeah, that's why one of my videos I showed how to reuse an umbrella. Because an umbrella, I mean, like, to me, that's another form of shelter. I've used umbrellas a lot. A lot. I showed how to disassemble an umbrella, which actually I did over the summer too. Which I just happen to have a few examples behind me as well. Because I use the umbrella canopy, the material off of it as well, whatever. I mean, because a lot of them have pretty good surface area. I've used them quite a bit. Now I used to actually have this orange one, but unfortunately something happened to it. Unfortunately, but if you something like an orange yellow umbrella, if you can get something like that, and maybe it's not working anymore, whatever it is, it doesn't spring back into place, whatever it is, broken handle. Don't don't get rid of it. Don't get rid of it yet. You can remove the canopy, the material itself, and reuse something like that for a signaling device. Maybe leave it in your car, vehicle, or something like that. So something happens, you can use it as something similar to like a signal panel or something like that. Because well, umbrellas are quite large, or at least have a large surface area. So you can do quite a bit with it. And here's an example that I did. I think of one that I did. Well, that I should say I removed like a couple of weeks back. And of course, CR's not afraid to show certain things or do certain things because there's no resource out there that I won't create with, regardless of the color or regardless of what its primary intention is or primary use is for. Because I look beyond that, beyond color, beyond that, and see, hey, maybe I can reuse it for something else or use it in a different way, if possible, depending on what I'm doing. So, like this one right here, which just happens to be floral and pink. I mean, something like this, you're probably like, oh, what can you use this for, CR? I can lay this on the ground, put stuff on top, so if I'm moving stuff or whatever, I could just be like, hey, this is what I'm going to be moving. Just pick up the corners of the umbrella canopy, pick it up, and kind of, I'm just going to do this real quick as an example. Let me just put this down for a sec. Now, I just have a hat in here, but, I could do something like this. Look, it kind of reminds you what? Of what? A container. Put some cordage around here. Oh, I just happen to have some cordage with it, for example. Let me just undo this a little here. I could do something like this. Put some cordage around it. Maybe tie it to a stick or whatever. And, I think we're all familiar with this kind of imagery. Hang it. Whatever. That's why I reuse these. They can be useful. They can be useful. I've used them. I've used it in a video. I do believe I showed it in that video. I used it to kind of block an entrance I had. Just so as like a cover or like a door. So wind wouldn't be able to blow straight in full force. Something like that. I have black ones too. And stuff like that. Some of these umbrella canopies are quite large. Like, quite large. Like, when I say large, I mean like they're 3.5 feet, sometimes 4 feet in diameter. So that's from edge to edge. So that's a lot of surface area. I've used, well, obviously not this specific one, but I've used other ones in different ways too. Now, remember what I said about the dead airspace and stuff like that? I've actually have one in my bag where I could just stuff it into my jacket or whatever, create more dead airspace. So if I felt I needed a little bit more, maybe it's a little bit cooler out, colder out, windier out, I could use something like that, create dead airspace. I've done that before a few times. It's helped. Exactly. It's not just for rain. It's not just for rain. That's why when I see people like with a parasol, which is another version of an umbrella per se, out in the sun or whatever, I'd be like, no, whatever. It's cool. They're creating shade. So yeah, basically I just talked about umbrellas and like the code for like the last 20 minutes ago. But sure beats talking about that FOOD. Right? I don't want to make everyone HUNGRY. I don't know why I'm spelling everything out right now. That is really good. COFFEE there. Or JAVA. Okay, anyways. Let me just check real quick here. I do appreciate everyone dropping in, showing some support on the channel, listening to me, I guess, too. I don't mind sharing a little bit some of this stuff. I'll probably, depending, I'll probably end screen certain things in, like usual. Now that I think about it, it's been a long time since I did a morning live stream. I've done plenty of our live streams, afternoon live streams, even late night live streams. It's been a long time since I did a morning live stream. But I want to reconnect with some different people that may not be able to come in during those air times, because they live in a different country, way different time zone and stuff like that. So that's why I decided to do this morning live stream so people can come in. Different people can come in. Because I do realize, I have noticed that when I do different live streams at different times, then different people can come in. Where I'm like, oh, hey, I remember you, I remember you. I remember XYZ person right here. I remember ABC person right there. And stuff like that. Just to give them a chance to kind of drop in on my live stream and, interact with me for a little bit of time in real time. Let's see, what else? Well, speak of that umbrella, I will actually show one more thing. Now, I don't specifically use this one. I actually just, I use this for other reasons. But, I have used some of them before as, like, a way to do something like this. Create some extra cover and stuff like that. More dead airspace and stuff like that. I've done this. I usually have a black one to do this with, but also I'm just doing it with this one I have right now. And no, I don't actually wear this one. But I don't mind showing me with pink and with flowers. Because it's just pink, guys. It's just pink. You can go beyond pink. Oh! And that's a segue to like a live stream that I did about pink, by the way. So, if you check that out. I mean, I've used the one for light rain and stuff like that, just so to keep me a little bit drier. Maybe keep a little bit more of the wind off of me, block the wind a little bit more, cut the wind a little bit more and stuff like that. The ones that I have reused, like something like this one right here, I have started to add them into some of the bags that I have, just to supplement some that are, you know, gear that's in the bag. Like cutting tools, cordage, containers, our cover option, I guess, and stuff like that. Combustion tools, compass and all this really cool stuff related to survival and bushcrafting and all that stuff. I mean, that's basically this one. I remember this one time I actually used one just in the way that I just showed it. Put something inside, tied it at the top. I used it kind of like that imagery of like a hobo. Everyone's familiar with that with the stick and stuff like that. I've done that before. I've I think I've used one before to help me gather up leaves and stuff like that. I mean, it's useful. Or I brought it back into a useful state, or found ways to make it useful. So instead of this stuff being filling up a landfill and all that stuff, it gets a second life. It gets a second life, and it becomes useful. And like I said, if you get a bright color one and stuff like that, you can use it for signaling purposes. Like I said, some of these umbrellas are huge. Some of them are really big, and they come in all different colors and all that stuff. So something like orange, yellow, if you could get something like that, that'd make a pretty good signal panel, I think, or signaling device, because it's big, high contrast to the environment that you're currently in, wherever it is. So, just something to keep in mind. I guess I might as well have more coffee. Let me just check on my here. Alright, so I've been about 90 minutes in here. I do appreciate everyone giving the thumbs ups and watering the light to make it grow. I do appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. So let's see what else. What else? Um. So yeah, there's nothing that I won't use to create with. Just because I don't want to be limited. I don't want to limit myself. Because sometimes if you start limiting yourself, you start that kind of narrow focus, and you tunnel vision or something like that. I want to be able to see stuff off to the side, because it could be important too. Or I could be able to reuse that for something else, for example. Alright, Gray. Bring me back something. I'm just kidding. You know, maybe you'll bring back an egg for me. I am feeling pretty excited right now. Oh wait, sorry. Had to crack out another pun there, right? It is morning time with me. I figure I might as well break out another pun. Let's see, what else? What else? Actually. I probably should actually remember to put this away. I'm very bad for not putting stuff away after I show it in a video or a live stream. I'm very bad for doing that at times. I keep forgetting. I'm like, put it away so it's ready to go on the next time I need to use it. You know, and that's an important lesson to remember, or something to keep in mind, is having this your gear, whatever it is, bag, a kit, survival tin, backpack, tools, back in a ready to go state again. And trying to kind of make it a little bit more of a habit as far as as much as you can, you know, and develop those good habits and stuff like that. So speak of that, I'm gonna actually do that right now. As I put this back together again, tie this back up. Yes, please. I'm just kidding, Gray. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just got so excited there. Yeah, I know. I'm still cracking out the puns right now. But at times I remember, you know, sometimes to diffuse tension, a little humor wouldn't hurt, and keeps it fresh, just like the egg. Like I don't mind, you know. Sometimes I'm all for having fun and stuff, you know, but I don't particularly enjoy at times, you know, making fun of people or whatever. I'm more of the kind of I rather make punny, be punny, situational kind of joking around, you know, play on words and stuff like that. I feel like that's a little bit more funny. But that's just me, anyways. You know, I just realized my device is going down. I forgot to shut off the display when I was doing it. So I thought I was up to like quite a high, but now I'm seeing this 10% indicator come up on my device right now. But thank goodness I got a battery bank and stuff like that. So I need to go grab the charger for this. I will be right back in just a sec. Don't worry. I'll be kicking it here. Let me just I will be right back. I'll leave my bright CR on the screen here. Oh, don't worry, when I have returned right about now. I had to go grab it here. So I'm gonna go plug this in so I can actually have some power to run this device here. And I guess you guys can see this battery bank that I have right here. It's nothing extremely special or whatever. It's a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. It's got a battery bank charger, whatever you want to call it. Power pack, whatever. It's got a LED light on it, for example. It's got a 1 and a 2 amp thing. I just kind of personalized it a little. So I just unplug that in right here. Well, thank goodness I decided to. As soon as I plugged it in, it's at 3%. So I was like, it was almost gone, the battery. So I'll let that charge in front of me. You can't see the device, it's just slightly below the camera right now. I'll let that charge for a little bit. I gotta remember I'm actually tied into it or tethered into it, so I can't really move too far. But because I have it on the battery bank or battery backup, I can move around with the battery bank. These battery banks are quite useful. Quite useful. I remember my first one was like 10 years ago. That was my first one. I remember that. It was really cool. It was one of those things you didn't back then before it became a lot more popular. I was using it all the time. It was so nice. Because well, when I was out on the road traveling and whatever, I would bring it. It was so nice because I could charge my device and stuff like that. Charge a phone or whatever. Now, battery banks or battery packs are kind of more common. You can find them everywhere. People even try to sell them or get rid of them, donate them and stuff like that. I remember actually getting a battery bank for free. For free at a place. And it's actually sitting right here. I actually shown this before. I just kind of modified it. CR's way. Like here's one right here. I got this one for free. It's a 6,000 milliamp one. It's not the best or the greatest to say per se, but got it for free. Can't complain with that. It's just another thing that I can use just in case. So you can see it's got a light on it. I won't shine in anyone's face or on the camera. Out of respect and stuff like that. But yeah, I just got something like this too. Unfortunately, that one I had 10 years ago, I kind of did something by accident when I was charging it. So you got to be careful about those chargers too on these. You don't want to bend them too much. Because if you, well, and the cable too, because if you overdo it, it won't work. And it'll start, the connection will start being flaky. And, you know, then you might run into issues because you think it's charging and you come back an hour and you just realize it wasn't charging for the last hour because your connector, maybe the USB connection or whatever, isn't really how it was, or yeah, how it was before. You know, and another tip here, just for everyone out there, if you're trying to recharge a device or whatever, and you're pressed on time, for example, you know, consider turning off the device. Consider on like you know, disabling stuff that you may not need at that time, like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. Maybe put it on airplane mode and stuff like that. I that stuff I keep in mind. I've learned about that stuff like 10 years ago, and I still remember it to this day because it still applies. You know, those background apps and stuff like that. Just kind of shut them down so your battery can charge. So it's actually not using power to run the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and stuff like that. Maybe dim down your display, for example. I know you might not be able to turn it off just because you're expecting a call or something like that, but it's just something to keep in mind. Oh, and these battery banks and stuff like that, they're pretty good for anyone that does live streaming out there. Not everyone live streams with like a desktop or a laptop, for example. Some of us are using like a mobile device, like a tablet, mobile phone, a smartphone, and stuff like that. Having these battery banks is quite useful. So you can keep on live streaming, just like how I'm live streaming right now, and keep going for a little bit. So, and it's just, these battery banks are just useful. I mean, from USB, you probably could go to a lot of different things. Like, I won't show it right now because I'm actually trying to charge this, but I'll show it in a little bit. I'm actually not see how much I already got. It's not showing me. Not showing the indicator's not showing me right now, but I think I'm up to 10. I think I'm up to 10. I think I went from 3 to 10 already. Now this is a older smartphone. Now obviously, if you got one of those newer ones, maybe with a larger display and stuff like that, your battery life might differ and stuff like that, and how fast you can recharge it might differ and stuff like that. Let's see, what else, what else, what else? Oh. Remember what I just said about checking your thing to make sure it's charging? I just realized I didn't actually put the USB all the way in. Oops. My bad. Thank goodness I just checked. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing the lightning bolt thing that many of us are familiar with. Just wanted to see, why isn't it showing me it? Oh, whatever. Thank goodness I decided to check. I'm just gonna put this down real quick here. Oh, and take my advice. Turn off the display. So it's not using power to power the display right now, so I can actually recharge the internal battery in the device. So I'm just gonna check on something real quick. In the comments right now, let me know. You guys use battery banks, battery backup banks, something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you got a UPS, not UPS. Oh yeah, yeah, UPS. Into. You know what I mean. I can't say it right now. So let me welcome into the room, Joran. Remember what I said about pronunciation? Hello, Joran. Hi. You're a prime example right now, Joran, of people that don't live here in North America. I know you've never been in my afternoon live streams, but you come by some by our late night, or in this case early morning live stream because you can. So welcome, and now hello to you too. It's very nice to see you again, man. Hopefully everything's okay. And like I said that other time, you can message me anytime, man. You know, in any way, right? So it's afternoon for you. Well, good afternoon to you too. Hopefully you're doing well. So, I kind of mentioned this earlier in the stream, like an hour ago, but I'll say it again. I am planning, and hopefully it will actually come to actually happen. I'm planning on a creation mode time with, you know who, CR, later today. So keep an eye out for a notification for a time on that. It might be about 4 or 5 hours from now, give or take. So if you got time in about 4 or 5 hours, and you like creating like Creative Redundancy does, come by, and just see what's up, see what I'm creating. I'm not sure exactly what I'll be making. I might wing it or whatever, but come by if you can. Oh yeah, yeah. I kind of figured that. I kind of figured that, Joran. I do appreciate that, man. I do appreciate it. And like I said, I do sincerely mean what I said just 5 seconds ago about all that stuff. Because like I said, and I'll say it again. I see people out there. I see the channels out there, more than just channels, more than just my moderators or a gray name, but as real people, as real people. And I always remember that people that actually have real issues, real problems in the real world, and I remember that. So that's why I try to treat you guys not just as a channel or whatever, something like that, but as real people. And I know not everyone does it or whatever, and I kind of, I'm not a big fan of just leaving a live stream. I like to say bye. It's because in the real world, I wouldn't just leave like that. I would be like, hey guys, I'm taking off, bye. And, they would say bye too. So, like, I know everyone's busy and stuff like that, but I try to do it like that just because, you know, I would actually say bye in the real world too. So I'm going to say bye in the chat too. And besides, they know that I left. They know CR left, so they kind of want to mention about me. Hey, they already know. Oh yeah, CR already left. He already said bye or whatever. At least then they know, and not wondering or talking, asking me questions, and I'm not even there. For example. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Um, let's say just check on something real quick. I'm trying to see my percentage indicator on the device right now. I'm not sure why it's not giving it to me. It's probably because I have music playing right now. Yes, I have music playing. Yeah, but I'm trying to stay motivated right now. Keep the excitement, keep that energy level on the stream going. Especially since I've been going for like what? I think let me see here. Yeah, 8 minutes short of like 2 hours. Now I'm not sure how much longer I will go for because I need to jump in on another live stream later this morning, but I do have a little bit of time. Pardon me. I still have a little bit of time, at least. So, and besides, I can vary it up. Let's see what else. What else? Well, I guess I'll randomly show something. Why not? And one can have a sneak peek on this, which just happens to be in my pocket right now. Because I was cleaning up and organizing some stuff and I forgot I left this in my pocket. So, let's see who can guess what's inside this. Whew. We can play a little game. Guess what's inside of this. Let's see who can guess. Let's see who can guess what's inside of this. I remember as a kid learning to actually do this. I was just like so cool at it. I can't do this air thing where the people spin around their thumb. I was never great at that. I just do it like this. The thing is, I can't really do it left-handed. I'm really good at it right-handed, but I can't really do it with my left hand. I can do it right-handed like nothing. It's probably from being in school so much with a pen or a pencil and just kind of and just kind of waiting. Well, you're close. You're close, Joran. You're close. Let's just say you're getting warmer. You're getting warmer, man. You're getting warmer. Cheers to everyone out there. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully everyone's doing okay. Maybe hopefully it's warm wherever you are in the world right now. stuff like that. I know, say this again. I kind of mentioned it yesterday. I'll just mention it real quick here. I mean, some people here on the North American continent, certain areas are out of power right now. I know down in U.S., California, and stuff like that. Well, here in Canada, it's out in central Canada right now. Well, I think people are still without power. There was a snowstorm, wet snow and stuff like that. Power lines came down due to wet snow. I think from what I heard yesterday, now that this might have changed since cause I have not checked. They said at least a couple more days, maybe another 5 6 days without power. I mean, when you hear stories like that, you know it always motivates me even more into that preparedness part. Because life will always give us hurdles. Life is we always gotta jump these hurdles in life. But if you prepare a little in advance, it may help you, metaphorically speaking, of course, jump some of the highest hurdles that life can throw at you. Like that's a metaphor, of course. That's the same metaphor, and I'm paraphrasing it from what I have on my about page on the channel right now. So if you want to read that up, but that's something I kind of had on the channel for a long period of time since the beginning, at least in the about page. I'm just kind of saying it more often. But it's true though, right? I mean, like life always gives us hurdles. Now we all have to overcome whatever it is, financial, physical, mental, whatever it is. And a little preparedness beforehand can help you jump that hurdle maybe a little bit easier. Make it so it's not as difficult. So it's more of an inconvenience instead of being a great kind of deal. Having something to a backup, a redundant source of something. So I mean like I just showed up a battery bank right there. I mean like even something as simple as that. That's a good start. Then I know not everyone has a generator and stuff like something like that or solar panels and stuff like that. I don't have that stuff yet. But I do have a battery bank. For a power outage, I got candles and stuff like that ready to go. A couple 50-30 hour candles, tea lights and stuff like that. I got a lights out blackout kit. I've shown it on the channel already. With a couple things I have in there and stuff like that. You can go check it out. Sometimes you would hope you never need it, but at times, but when you really do need it and you have it, you'll be glad that you have it with you. I know I have at certain times where I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank goodness I have something with me to help me here. Like I'm all for improvising and putting together things, and stuff like that. But it's kind of nice when you don't have to do that. It's kind of nice when you don't have to improvise a cutting tool or bushcraft or make a primitive stone tool. I mean, it's good to practice it, but in a serious situation, doing something like that, bushcrafting may take time, which you may not have. Where hey, I got that cutting tool. Oh yeah, now I can, whatever, something like that. It'll save you a little bit of time. And then that could extend to like fire making and all this other stuff, shelter making and first aid and all that stuff. Just something I keep in mind now. It's actually a bellows, Joron, and everyone out there. Just basically an antenna. I just got this too to put it onto it, and I got some electrical tape around it. So technically, I guess what I got one tendencies of survivability from Dave Canterbury in here, around it, I should say. It's not cargo tape, but it's electrical tape. And I guess if I have access to fire or whatever, I guess this would help in the combustion part a little bit. Add in more air into the system and stuff like that. So the flames that I do have will grow because there's more air coming in. Fire can actually grow or get hotter if there's more oxygen in it. I remember seeing this video on using paper to melt metal. It's on one of the more high-end, higher amount, one of the bigger channels. You may have seen something like that. I thought that was kind of cool to see. Because basically what they did, without the airflow, it wasn't working. But, you know, they had started adding airflow. Whew, all you see is like the can just go and melt away. And just because, you know, paper per se starts burning or combusting at like, let's say 400 or so Fahrenheit, it can get hotter than that, especially if there's a lot more air. So that's why I have something like this. Now I do have other things that are a little bit more expedient, a little bit faster, which, you know what, I will show. Why not? Why not? I'm talking about it, and there's a couple sneak peeks. It's just sitting right behind me, or right in front, behind us, right here. I'll actually even show the one that I got. I got this for $1. Now you could actually get this at the dollar store, at least for me around here. Basically, I gotta look at it, make sure there was any everything's in there. But basically, it's a balloon pump, like this one right here. You're probably like, oh, CR, it's just a balloon pump. No, it's not just a balloon pump or something like that. This is like an easy version of a bellows right here. I've earned ones that I got either for free or extremely cheap. But something like this, and actually I'm gonna use it right now. What I like about these ones is it pushes air on the push and the pull, which is great. So I can use it for like my keyboard right here. I can just be like, all right. No need for compressed air, for example. You know, I know some people would use compressed air, especially if you're a more technical kind of electronical kind of a person. You might have compressed air for like computer parts and stuff like that. Well, I don't need to in this case, or I can conserve that resource, and it doubles as a way to pump air or oxygen into a fire. I've used something similar to this, a different one that I have. It makes it so super easy. I remember, I think it was last year around this time, around Halloween time, I was out, you know, with friends and stuff. We had this kind of, I wouldn't say a bonfire, but, because it was more like a trough fire, but anyways, regardless of the container, when we were starting this fire, you know, I had the fire starter with me and stuff like that. One of the fire starters, I think it was a paper firewalk. I basically just used something like this, and basically I got that fire started within like a few minutes, from like this to this, just because I started to add more air into it. I was just like, and I've used these before. They make, you know, fire easy. Just a simple thing like this. Just a simple thing, just adding air in. And when I'm feeling hot, I actually do like use this every so often like this too. Anyways, that's enough blowing hot air around. That's just something I got. I got this one like, let's see, today's Wednesday. I got it on Sunday. I just got that like 4 days ago for $1 at a yard garage type sale. I mean, I was just like, yeah, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. I'd probably, you know, leave it with a different friend. I was actually thinking about leaving a few of these with different friends, so when I go visit them or whatever. You know, they got fire pits and stuff like that. They can use it while they're out there. So next time they have a fire, you know, they can use it and be like, "Hey, I got the fire started, guys. No fuss or muss." Like these pocket like bellows, you know, they're cool and all, but you gotta physically blow into it. You might have to get closer. Something like that, I could just be a I can maintain that for a little bit of time. Huh, okay, Joran. Enjoy your dinner, man. So I do appreciate everyone out there coming by to visit CR here and watering the light to make it real. Hopefully everyone enjoyed a couple sneak peeks on some of the stuff I have laying around here, hanging around and stuff like that. And yes, those balloon pumps, I got like 4 or 5 of those. They're useful. They're useful. I've been able to use them. I've been able to use them. I mean, they're useful, and I got them for cheap, or cheap or free. Like I have this arrow one. It's smaller and it may be more compact, but the thing is, it doesn't actually blow. It only blows air on the push. It doesn't do it on the pull, and I just don't like it. And it's loud, and it's only probably has half as efficient as the last one I just showed. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, it's it's useful. I mean, ooh, you got a rap? You got a rap? Yeah, it's been a while since I had rap. Hmm. Man, I'm getting hungry. So let's see what else here. Well, at least my device is starting to charge up. And you're probably like, oh, CR, how come you're using a battery bank right now to charge something? It's because the battery bank's almost dead, so I decided to pull the rest of the power out to charge my device, and then I'll recharge the battery bank back to full again. Now, this battery bank that I just showed, which is actually right here, you can see it's connected to my device. It does take a little bit to recharge, but it does give me quite a bit of power. It's 10,000 milliamps hour. Not, the biggest, but at what I got this in a trade or something similar to that, so it's been useful. It's been useful. I've used it a few times. So let's see what else. What else? Actually, I realize that. I still have, since I have this USB thing with me, I still have one of these other things. I graciously, I got this as a gift from one of my Canadian buddies. One of my Canadian buddies. Yeah, Canadian. He's Canadian. I got this as a gift. It's a well, it plugs into a USB port. Basically, it's LED light. I got this from Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. He graciously mailed it and gifted it to me. I haven't used it that much, but it's pretty bright. And also, it's USB. So, as you can see, I think I've used it a few times. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And even if your battery bank didn't have light, you could get something similar to this. Just put it on. Something similar, right? Let's see what else. What else? Oh yeah, I almost forgot about my coffee. You might start noticing it's not start getting brighter in here because actually the sun's coming up. Yes, and it's supposed to be nice out today. So let's see here. Let me just check on the time here. It's just over the 2 hour mark right now. I think I will probably go for another for a little bit longer, not too much longer. I don't think I'm gonna go past the top of that the next hour. I don't think I'm gonna go longer than our 45 minutes, but who knows? Who knows, right? Maybe I will. Most likely no, because I need to take a short break. Especially because I'm gonna be doing a longer live stream even later, so I need to recharge my battery. Literally speaking and physically speaking, and yes, let's remember, everyone, recharge has CR in it. Oh, yeah. Just like this logo, wire logo that I have. All together now. Ah. Let's see, what else, what else, what else, what else? Oh, okay, you know what? I'll share something right now. It's good to, and I keep saying it all the time, every so often, is keep your eyes open for stuff. You never know what you might see. You never know, depending on what you do and all that stuff. Because you might notice something that's really cool. Like, I have this scale, which is kind of reminds me of like a game or something. But I have this what I call a rarity scale on when I find things. Where let's just say something around 10 would be like something that you would find maybe once in a blue moon to like once in a lifetime type of deal. And 0 would be like you didn't find much besides a straw or a dead lighter or something like that. Well, I found this battery block right here. It's a 2 amp one. Actually, I use it with that device when I'm using a health no current or something like that. But basically, I got this for free. They're like, what? You got that for free? I'm like, yeah, because I found it on the ground. I don't know how someone left this behind because it's white, but I was just like, I look at it, I'm like, I bring it back, I plug in something, I'm like, yes, it works. And I look at it, and it's cool because, the plug-in actually retracts or folds in. Because, there's some of these power blocks that the the prongs don't move. So it gets annoying, especially if you want to put it in your pocket or in your bag. Something like this, for me, I mean, like, I like that. It's cool. And I got this for free. I just put a Ranger band around it just so, not just cause. Because I've been putting Ranger bands around our stuff too. Yeah, it's 2.1 amp. So, I've been using this for a bit. It's really cool. So this is a reason to keep your eyes out on stuff. Because you might notice stuff. You might notice stuff. It's not all, I have found money before, don't get me wrong, but, that's, on the rarity scale, that's like at a 9. But something like this might be like a 6 or a 7. I might be able to find another one or something, but it's not as common for me to find as compared to, like, a dead lighter. Oh, speak of lighter, that reminds me. Actually, oh, here it is. Speak of that, here's a lighter that I found. You're probably like, you found a lighter? I'd be like, yeah. I was actually biking. I noticed it on the ground. I was just like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll take a look. Maybe, right? It's not always the case, but I take a I'll take a look. I took a look at it, and let me just get a light source here so you can actually see. This is one I found. Now I'm gonna show. Nah, see, you're not gonna notice that it's too bright. But you'll have to take my word for it. The level is about right. Oh geez, right there on fuel level. So it's not full, but it's three quarters full. I was just like, okay, that's cool. Mini bag that's three quarters full. It's not useful. And again, it's I'm putting it back or bringing it back into a useful state. It's not getting ran over by a car and being in a useless state, stuff like that. You can see there's actually like stains or something like that. I was just out biking and I just kind of noticed it. I think someone dropped it when they were getting in their vehicle or something like that. So I was just like, yeah, cool. And the thing is, I find lighters like these a lot at the time. Now, it's not always the case that I find ones with like a lot of fuel in them. Sometimes they're almost empty or they're dead. There's no more fuel in them. But sometimes I do get lucky on that rarity scale and actually find lighters that actually have fuel in them and that are more than 50%, three quarters. Sometimes I've actually found a lighter that was full or just barely even used. So I mean that's why I keep my eyes open for stuff. That situational awareness where I'm just panning and just taking a look, knowing what's going on around me and stuff like that. So let me welcome into the room here, Go Fish Office. Hello. Thank you for taking the time to drop in. I appreciate it. And yes, I did read your email, by the way. Yes, I do appreciate those kind of words from you, Goldfish. I do appreciate it. Those are very nice, kind words indeed. I do. I appreciate the support on the channel right now from you. Thank you very much. All right, Joran. Hello to you too. Hopefully you're doing well. I do appreciate you coming by. And if you got some time later, or anyone else out there watching a replay or catching this live like Goldfish right now, I will be in a little bit later, maybe about 4 or 5 hours from now, give or take. There'll be a notification for it, but feel free to drop in, Goldfish or anyone else, and join me for creation mode time with CR, because that'll be later today. Wait, let me do this again. So you got time to drop in, and check it out, feel free to. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna be making. Might be winging it. I might just be doing little things and all that stuff. I have no idea how long that stream's gonna go for. Sometimes, when I'm creating, I just look and I'm like, wow, 5 hours went by. But sometimes I'm that busy in creating or doing a lot of stuff creating and be like, yeah, okay. Or just because it takes a long time to actually do it. Like cancel me. Oh, look who's in. You know what? I do appreciate you coming in. Let me welcome in with a big K. Happy trails hiking with K. Hello, K. I do appreciate you taking the time to drop in before your own live stream to check me out. I do appreciate it. And no, I don't have that backpack on right now. Not on this live stream. I've done it on previous live streams where I've wore a backpack whole live stream. But I'm not talking about survival related stuff really, particularly in this one. Rocking well. I am creating for this Wednesday at least. So yes, I guess I'm really happy to see Happy in. Yeah, I just said that. Well, just to say, I'll try to drop in on that stream that you're gonna have later today. Kay. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday, right? So I'll try to be in because I'm actually not. I'm not finish the stream before the top of the hour. I'm not gonna go that long, much longer. And besides, I need a short break anyways. And besides, now remember how much coffee I just had? Remember when you have coffee, you know what else comes with it? You know, after after O and before Q. Enough said. Oh, there isn't. Oh, is there a stream today? Okay. Or I mean, this morning I should say. I didn't see any, unless I'm mistaken here. I mean, I guess I could check. I guess I could check real quick here. Let me just bring this up real quick here. And no, I can't see the chat right now because I'm all tapped out for that. Let me just see my subscription thingy. And apparently I got a lot of things. I guess I might as well check out these messages while I'm here. Oh. I guess I gotta reply to something here. Anyways, I can see the chat at the moment. No worries, coffee equals after coffee. Yeah. You know, I meant to check on something, I clicked right off of that. Did I? Oh. You know, it's funny, I went to go check a message and I still clicked on the wrong one. I meant to click on the fourth one down and I still clicked on the third one down, which I already read before. Yeah, I was just replying to a comment that I left earlier on one of my Canadian subscriptions that I have to someone out in Eastern Canada. You know, I guess I'll kind of bring it up. You know, about the mind. All right, you're only as strong as your mind. If your mind's strong, you know you can literally will yourself to do a lot of things. You know, and show that and have that determination and stuff like that. You know, I was talking to someone else on a different live stream about, you know, because they're kind of feeling down and stuff like that, discouraged and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, I can get like that too. We all can get discouraged. Everyone gets discouraged and stuff like that. You know, not everyone's morale is always this high. Sometimes, you know, you wake up, you're just kind of feeling down and stuff like that. You know, I get that too. You know, sometimes you listen to music to pick up your morale and stuff like that. But basically, what I do, anyways, and I know Kay's heard me say this, but I reroute that kind of energy into something. Maybe in creation mode, maybe creating something and stuff like that. But I reroute that energy. It's just like rerouting like pain and stuff like that towards something else. At least something a little bit more positive. Oh, okay, happy. I'll try to drop it. I'll try to drop it. Oh, it's a premiere. Yeah, okay, yeah. Wow, I guess I went for like 2.5 hours. I will probably go for another 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, give or take. Or maybe sooner if I have to do that thing after O but before Q. Alright, go fish. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? There's a few little things I've been working on. You know, maybe I'll share. You know what? You guys want to see sneak peek? Who wants to see a sneak peek? So leave me a 1 on the side chat right now if you want to see a sneak peek. 2 if you don't want to see it right now. So 1 if you want to see it. So let me know right now. If you want to see it, let me know with a 1. A 1? Or you can put won, as in like the past tense of win, if you want. I know sometimes when people ask something like that, oh, put a 1 if blah blah blah. I'll actually like write on the screen. I'll be that different person and be like, I'll be like 1, while everyone else is just like, oh. Now before I'll show it first, then come back to the comment. I've been slowly growing my rock collection. You're probably like, oh, rock collection. These aren't just per se rocks. These are rocks that I've been smoothing down on one side so they're as flat as possible. So I can actually, if need be, use them as not the greatest, but as a form of a sharpening stone. Just ones that I have. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Just something I've been doing. Some downtime I have. Maybe I'm waiting for a friend. I just see some rocks. I'm just like, oh, this one might work, and just try it out. I'm looking for ones that are a little bit wider and a little bit flatter. Some of them are not perfectly flat. I mean, some of these I've grinded against like a brick or something. You might have seen, with a brick, and I'll just go back and forth. Maybe use my foot or whatever. Now, some of them do turn out better. Of course, now I can't see that other one that I have. I have this other one. It's pretty flat. It's so flat. And I've used it so much now. It's actually shiny. Yeah, so it's a shiny rock. Unfortunately, the only downside is it's very small. So I can only sharpen something so much. Anything bigger or that's kind of chipped, bent, or anything like that, probably not. But I can use something like this just to kind of touch up a cutting tool, like a knife or something like that. I've used it a few times. I have noticed it. At least even when I was starting to begin in it, I'm just like, I had this Victorinox right here, which I've shown in a different video before. I was just like, oh, let's see if this works, right? I'm just like, I just kind of ran by it a few times. I'm like, okay, it's a little better. It's a little bit better, so. You love rocks. I was trying to say something, but I decided not to, yeah. Yeah. I love that comment, okay, that rocks. Oh, wait, did I just say that? So, okay, do you got your coffee right now? Yeah, you probably do, hey? You probably already ate, too, and stuff like that. I know you. Let's see. What else here? Oh, I forgot I gotta put something away. I keep forgetting, sometimes I leave stuff in my pockets. Stuff like that. Now, I'm gonna share something else here. I've already shared that I'm gonna be doing creation mode later on today. For however long, and whenever it starts. There'll be a notification, so stay tuned for that. It probably will be in about 3 to 5 hours. It'll probably start in 3 to 5 hours. I have no idea how long it's gonna go for. Because, well, it depends. Now, I'm not gonna create everything in the live stream. I'm just gonna bring some stuff out that I might be doing, anyways. It may vary. I'm not sure exactly at the moment. I'll be thinking about that after this live stream. Oh, okay. Still working on moving on, but I just I just love it too much. And yes, I'm gonna do this. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I know you guys are probably laughing. Did CR just kiss the mug or his cup? I'd be like, yeah, I did. I did. I did. But I just love it so much. I just want to hug my mug. Because I can't physically hug the coffee because I don't want to be wet. Wow. Time goes by fast when we're live streaming. It really does. I guess, when you got stuff to talk about, you got people in the chat and stuff like that, you think, oh, I've been only on for 15 minutes, and you take a look, and it's like, oh, wait, I've been on for 2 hours already. Or for anyone that's ever done a test video stream before, you know how that goes too. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna be on for 5 minutes, and then it turns into like an hour already, and they're just like, or, for some people that do live streams, that don't have a set cutoff time, and oh, I'm gonna take off in 5 minutes, guys, 2 minutes, or whatever. In the last minute, then everyone just shows up on you, and you're just like, oh, I can't leave now. XYZ ABC channel just showed up. I can't just leave yet. They're 5 minutes, then that keeps happening, and next thing you know, you're on a live stream for 8 hours, even though you're like supposed to do a tester. All right, Kay. Always happy to literally happy to see Happy Trails Hiking drop in. Take care, Kay and Matt. I'll try to drop in as I can. Always nice to see you. Just gonna check on the device then. Oh yeah. Yeah, I still have one bar on this right now, so I didn't even kill the battery bank, and my device is like maybe like 75%, give or take 75% charge. I'm like, okay. I guess I can still use it. And like I said earlier, I'm actually gonna discharge this, use up the power, and once it's actually dead, then I'll recharge it. And hopefully I won't really need it until it's charged again. Because I lent one of my battery banks to someone else right now for them to use. And this other one that I showed, it's not the greatest, but I can make it work if need be, if I needed it. Let me put this away here. Let's see what else. What else is up with me? Well, like I said, it's supposed to be nicer out today. I think if I actually turn off this overhead light, you'll actually see it's actually getting brighter in here now. No, I'm not gonna turn it off. I need the lighting so you can actually see me. Jeez, my hand's still dirty. Oof, I gotta wash it. I've been using this hat for a while. It's actually a hat, so there's stuff on it, and let's just say it's got drywall on it. So eventually I'll wash it. Eventually. I've just kind of brushed it off for now. Let's see. What else? What else? See, I mentioned the creation mode time. There is something, you may see a notification on it. It'll be a live stream again. I'm not sure exactly what day it will be now. It will be this week for sure. But I do have, or would like to, really like to do a live stream about kids from start to finish. So, keep your eyes peeled for a notification on that. Now that will not be today for sure. I do know for sure I'm not doing that kind of live stream today, but it may be tomorrow or the following day. We're basically talk about kits, and all that stuff. And keep your eyes peeled for a notification on that. I'm trying to bring that in. I'm trying to bring that in, and I'll try to bring it in at a suitable time so a lot of people, different people, can come in. Where basically just talk about kits in general, from start to finish, from making them, what you like in them, what don't you like in them, size wise, what you use, and all that stuff. So if you're into the survivalism part of the channel, well, of my channel right now, feel free to drop in on that live stream. Give your own kind of 2 cents, interact with me here, with CR here, share some things, maybe some tips of your own and stuff like that, what you find works, Basically, that'll just be more like a general talk about kits, maybe some specifics and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm gonna do a panel on that. See, that's the funny thing. I've been on so many different panels on other channels. I have not actually had a personal panel on this channel yet, which is funny. So, I'm not sure if that will be a panel, but maybe, I don't know. I think you can. Well, I guess I can use StreamYard or something like that. So, keep your eyes peeled for that. And also, like I said, keep your eyes peeled for that notification a little bit later today, where you'll see me creation mode with CR. And like I said, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be creating on that yet. I'll be thinking about it after this live stream ends and stuff like that, where I can more freely kind of think out loud. Although I'm kind of thinking out loud right now, so whatever. Let me just check on something here. Oh, I do appreciate everyone out there supporting and watering the light to make it grow. I do appreciate it. I will probably go for another 5 minutes here. Yeah, at least try to. I'll go for another 5 minutes here. I do appreciate everyone that dropped in. I know Fish came by, Duran came from Happy Trails Hiking. And I know I'm missing people here, like usual. Oh, can't forget Gray 1107. Harry God, Monster. I know Virginia came in. And Carrie and Marie came in early when I started streaming all this stuff. I do appreciate all these people dropping in, taking a little bit of their time to come by and visit. I do appreciate it. I know everyone's schedules are busy and stuff like that, but I do appreciate people being able to give a little bit of time. Allowing me to reconnect with them a little and kind of, how do I say, basically get to know people better and reconnect with people. Because like I said, I see you guys not just as channels or a name on my screen, but as real people out there. And get to know you guys as real people. So I guess now it's about 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes left on this. Don't worry, there'll be a 2-minute warning. And stuff like that. Let's see, what else? I guess I might as well make this the end of the live stream as exciting as possible. So might as well wave my Canadian flag here. and all this stuff. It's pretty big. It's really big, isn't it? It's so big. Now roll this back up too while I'm at it. It's pretty big too. Actually, this Canadian flag I actually got for free actually. So I was just like, you know what? Better. I was just like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. That'll be awesome. Not only will I have something to use during Canada Day, I have something I can show on some of these live streams I have, like this one right now with morning live stream time with me. And besides, it'll be my stage prop for all my Canadian supporters out there, and anyone out there that I do know is Canadian for sure. Let's put that to the side here. Yeah, see, you could tell that it's starting to get brighter here. See, you could see the lighting has started to change. You might see some little bits of sunlight starting to get in and all that stuff. Yeah, isn't it? Well, actually, Joran, I guess that applies to anything you get for free, right? It's always nice to get anything for free, to be honest. Awesome. Awesome. It's actually sunny out. And I don't even think I see. Oh, yeah. It's like mostly sunny out right now, too. So once that sun starts coming up higher and higher, it'll start getting warmer outside. So, which will be cool. Which will be cool. I might in between before the next live stream and stuff like that, I might do like some laundry or something like that. Hang out the clothes out to dry, especially since it's gonna be sunny out and quite warm today. So I'll kind of do this 2 minute warning, 1 minute warning right here. So I will be ending the stream in about 1-2 minutes, give or take. I do appreciate everyone that took the time to drop in. I know I say it all the time, but I seriously mean it all the time. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I so appreciate it so much that I'll raise my hands with joy for it. Yeah! Yeah, I'll do it again. Yeah! So, everyone out there, as you're getting your day started, or going, or maybe you're kind of ending the gate a little, always remember, and keep it in mind that you all out there, every one of you, not just me, not just Joran here, not just some of these moderators and other people that were in the chat, not just these guys, but all of you, everyone watching out there. You all can create a better future starting today. And with that, you know what's time for, right? It's time for that outro. I will always do this outro now because it's it literally sums up CR here. I came up with this a long time ago, and I've started to add it in, and well, you know what? It will always be part of the channel now. I know sometimes my things dropped off or whatever, but I think I will always have it, and that's why I have it as part of the intro. So remember, everyone, as the world changes so much oneself to reach a new level of skill and knowledge, one must practice. Now, a single person unfortunately can't help everyone in this world. It's almost impossible. But one person, regardless of your age, nationality, sexual preference, gender, political view, financial status, age to a certain degree, even height, can help someone in this world. Until that next video, or live stream for me, you know, from CR. It's peace out from, you know who, that guy that likes to create a lot of the time, who's also Canadian, with a hat, has this, does live streams, does static videos. It's peace out from, you know who, guys, you know who. It's peace out from CR, and I will catch you all next time. Thank you, everyone, for dropping in on this live stream. Take care.